It will probably save you some money instead of spending hundreds, sometimes thousands of dollars on filtrations and filters that don't really do the job. Secrets to clarity in your pond water. Look at the clarity of this pond. All right, it's about 1.5 feet right there. Look at that. You go there, maybe 2.5. Then you go down to the middle, and it's like 4. Roughly 4.5 feet, because the pond is not all the way to the top, so it's probably 4.25 or something like that. So, looking at the clarity, you can see to the bottom of the pond. I have not touched this pond filtration for more than a month, and I'm going to show you my filtration real quick. Let me start with where the turtle is right there. I have a pump that's 4,500 gallons an hour, and it's energy efficient too. It pumps up through that tube. You don't have to have your pond with the tube outside. You could actually put a bulkhead fitting and make it go underneath. I didn't want to go through all that, so I just put it there, and it comes out through right there. Pump is down there, goes all the way across to that. Now let me go to the next thing. I'm gonna show you. So this is my tank right here, my homemade filtration. This is one of them. So I got water coming in, okay, through the top, and you can put that in. I haven't touched this in about a month, okay, maybe 2 months. Now look at that. See that up there? That's a filter that I made. That's actually a tank. I drilled the bottom with a bunch of holes. I put a gap, and then I put different layers of filtration on it, from largest to smallest. And what happens is this thing here, it filters right through, which is easy cleaning, because I just got to remove this tank and clean it out. And I may not have to do the gravel. So underneath that is the gravel, and it's starting to get dirty, so I know it's going to start rising. As you can see, the water comes in through that bulkhead fitting. And then I have an overflow, which I don't have open right now. There you go. I have an overflow where the water comes back into that overflow, back into the pond. When the water reaches that overflow, that means that it's time for me to do maintenance to this tank. It's not there yet, but it's getting there. You see the gravel here is lighter, and the gravel on that side is darkest because it's filling up with all the sediment and whatnot. It's getting clogged up. And once it clogs up, it goes throughout the tank, and it falls through the tank. Let me show you. Going out, exiting back into the pond. Back into the pond, resulting in clean water coming out right there. Okay? The bottom of the pond goes right there. Okay, that's the clean water. Okay, so let me show you the rest of the filtration. A continuation, so the water comes in through that tube, and it splits up into all of these. Hold up, let me clear some of this up. Okay, now I cleared it up. So the water comes in, it's a T, and the T's off for everything. One goes into this tank at the bottom. This one's different. The other one's from the top to bottom. This one's from bottom to top. This one I don't do much maintenance on. I do it once a year, and that's it. I close that because that's just to flush it. And then you have water coming back into it to splash some water on top because of the mosquitoes. I got to get some mosquito dunks for up there because they start to breed up there. So anyway, it comes out, and you have the return here, and it goes into the waterfall, and it goes into this top pond right here. As you can see, I got fry in there, little fish. See that? And all the vegetation, good little fish here. So it goes back into this pond, and the plants and stuff also help with the filtration, keeping the nutrients level low, making the pond super clear. Look at that from over here. Look at this angle. Look at the clarity on that pond. Okay, again, I haven't touched it in a while. I'm going to show you so that I took out all that debris of the poison ivy. I think that's what that is, man. You know what I mean? So, hold up. Yeah, I killed most of it. So then you got this tank again. That's the one of the other tanks, right? Look at these things from China. So this is it. So the water comes up. You see there's a lot of debris in there. It comes up and goes through the overflow there. I'm going to put a mosquito dunk in here because there's mosquitoes in there. And you know, even though I got fish in there that eat the mosquitoes, they probably hatch before they get out. They're pretty much trapped in here unless they come out through the overflow here and down through the water to the pond. So as long as you keep that closed, you're good. Okay, so that's another tank that I got there. You don't need a second tank if you don't want. I like to have a second tank. It helps, the more the merrier. That's the way I do it. It's in the corner somewhere by itself. I also backwash this. What I do, I attach the vacuum to this piece right here. A vacuum, homemade vacuum. One of those they get from Home Depot. Oh, look at the China book. Look at that, man. Bunch of them, man. Got them. Dead. So anyway, that's stage number 2. Then they go to stage number 3. The black one is stage number 1. So anyway, it comes up. I put this here. I backwash the tank, okay, pushing pressure through it. And then I take a pump and I suck out all the mud and whatnot, okay? That's what I do, and that's how I maintenance it. I probably won't maintenance that until I guess have some more time. And I'll probably do it mid to end of summer, okay? And that's it. I'll do it one time, man. I'll do it, well, I say twice, in the beginning of the year and close to the end of the year. And then I don't do it when I close it down. I just do it when I first start it back up. I backwash it, meaning I get all that sediment out of there, okay? So that's the road to a pond of this clarity. Just note that I don't use any chemicals. People have reached out to me about wanting to give me chemicals for free to try them out, I guess. To promote them. I don't know if that's the case. I don't know. I just said no. I don't want any chemicals. I want it to be all natural. So this pond is all natural. I don't add anything. You know, I'm gonna tell you this: if you wanted to add like a little bit of salt that they sell, that's good, because that's good for the fish. Keeps away certain bacteria that might harm them, and keeping them nice and healthy. You can do that, but besides that, I don't add anything to the pond, and I haven't added salt for a while. And I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm gonna buy some and add some, a couple of scoops, and then that's it. Not too much. So yeah, this pond is natural. I haven't put anything in it but my homemade filtration. Let me show you the next thing that I have, which are skimmers. You can't really use them as filters, because if you do, they clog up right away. Okay, right here. So I have also water coming in from the same pump. Everything, one pump feeds everything. Goes through this filter right here, which is not a filter. These are filter housings. And inside of here, I have a skimmer. What do I mean by a skimmer? I'm going to show you. Stand by. Wow, that thing was tight, man. I had to bring this baby. This didn't work. I had to get that. All right, so I'm going to take it out. You can see. Let me zoom out. I think I'm zoomed in. No, I'm not. Yeah, there you go. All right, so let me take this out, and you can see what I mean by skimming. There you go. See that? I'm going to throw that in the grass. Boom. There you go. That's my skimmer, okay? My homemade skimmer. So now what I do is, let me put this right here. I take this right here, and I wash it with the hose it down, clear it back up, and then I put it back in there. So these are skimmers. I made them myself from some other type of filter. I took out the inside, and it's just hollow. It's hollow in there. And it has a like a net over it. You know, the ones that you use for your screen, your windows? I bought the soft one, and I put that over it. You see that? So the mesh is on there. So what that does, is filter out the larger particles from returning back to the pond, giving it even a more efficient filtration for the pond. So this definitely helps. So I got double there, which are longer. Then I got the short one up here. You know what I mean? I could put a long one there too, but I like the short one, and then the two larger ones. So I got one hose splitting up into all these filters. Also, that one pump that comes out, he feeds everything, like I said, that tank, this tank, and these filters. Okay, I like these filters because, you know, I do this one, I as soon as the pressure drops, where you seen the water was spraying out over there, as soon as that pressure drops and it gets real low, that's when I go ahead and I clean them and I put them back. It was still good. It was still good pressure, so I didn't have to do that yet. But since I was showing you, I went ahead and opened it up. Okay, so that's the key to clarity in your water. Do it yourself. Okay, you can do it yourself. Sometimes they sell you. Look at the clarity, guys. I have no splashing now because I turned off that pump. I closed the valve. Check that out. See that? You can see to the bottom. Look at the turtle swim to the bottom over there. See that? That's what you call clarity. Beautiful, clear water. And that's what you want. You want to see your fish. You want to see your turtles or whatever you have in the tank. I can see my plecos at the bottom. See it there? And this is the northeast. So in the winter, of course, I remove the plecos and I put them in a tank because they cannot withstand temperatures under 40. I say 45. I guess they can make it for 40 one night or two, but after that they'll die because it's too cold. These guys, they stay in here the whole winter. If you look at some of the other videos, you see them under the ice, huddling up, you know what I mean? And waiting for spring to come back. You know what I mean? So these fish are amazing because that's what they do. But anyway, the video is about clarity, and you could do it yourself. Go get yourself a tank. They got blue ones they sell, or white ones, whatever. Buy the bulkhead fittings. You get them on eBay. Buy them. Put this drill, put them in. You can seal it with a bit of silicone if you want to. You don't have to. They should work. And then get the connectors that go through it to feed the tank, and get some gravel. And you got to put like a separation. Let me show you what I mean. I have like a mesh, plastic hard mesh here. So the gravel goes from here up. Down here there's a gap. So you got to make it possible to get something like this. Let me show you. Something like this, but smaller where the rocks can't go through. Okay, and just put it there. I mean, I'm sure they sell stuff that's plastic with little holes. Cut it out. Put something, I don't know, you can put bricks, whatever you want underneath to keep it even and hold it up. Or you can use PVC. I drill PVC around it. I set up my filtration, and you know what? It works. Okay, as you can see, it works. Look at that. Now let me go put that skimmer back and turn this back on. Hold on. Okay, so now I cleaned out the filter. As you can see, I got these O-rings on top. There it is. Now I'm gonna put this bad boy in. I'm gonna pause this, and I'm gonna show you how I screw it in. Yeah, so I put it in there, and now I give it a little snug, tightening it. Okay. And I'm not gonna do the other ones right now. I'll do them another time. They're not clogged yet, but they have a lot of sediment in it already. So I'm gonna be doing those soon. All right. Then I go ahead over here. I got my little T over here. I open that up. Bam. Check it for leaks. See the water going back in there. The dirty water. Look at the sediment, and it starts to accumulate over time. See, you see leaves. Oh, so that's for the leaves, twigs, stuff like that. And they get stuck there. They don't go back into the pond, because if that stuff went back into the pond, you will see a lot of debris floating around, and that's how you keep the pond from seeing anything floating around, especially those large particles that you could see. Small ones you can't, so they go through. I don't care. I have the big tanks to filter those things out. So look at that. So now there's no leaks, and let's go back to where the pond before wasn't splashing because there was no water returning, and there you go right there. See that? That's for the big filters right there on the left, and this is for that one filter that I cleaned up. Well, that filter, sorry, skimmer. Okay, skimmer on the left, which is the two long ones, and this is a skimmer for the small one, the small housing. See that? And look at how much flow we got now. So if I did that one, the flow would be even more because there'll be more water going through the skimmer. So I don't use filters for that, guys. That is a skimmer. It's a filter housing. You can order those online also, and you have to try and make some sort of mesh type filtration like I made. I can't tell you where to get it from, but you can order something that's plastic or something that's round and it's long like that, and you could. I'm gonna skim this out. Let me get that out of there. So, and then you could also, this is the skimmer too. See for the pool? See that? I use that, but rarely ever. If I see big leaves fall on top, I take them out. But otherwise, I haven't done anything to this pond. It's been a while since I touched anything, and look at how clear it is, guys. Super duper clear. So there you are. Those are my filtration secrets to my pond, and that's how I keep it clear. The only thing I bought was the tubing and the pump. The tanks, I got them from work. Tanks that they were going to throw out, and I said I wanted to keep them, and I kept them, saving me some money. Otherwise, I would have went and bought some. I would have bought a tank or two and made a filtration. At least the one with the white tank, I like that one better. I think that's more efficient than anything. When you have that the little filters on top going through there first, clogging that up, then going to the gravel. That's so much better, because if you wanted to get ahead of the game, you change the top, which is that little blue housing that you saw up on top, like a tank, and clean that out and put it back in, and it'll last you a whole lot longer before you have to do the backwashing of the gravel. All right. Anyway, guys, hope this video was helpful for those who want to, or who are looking for clear water in their ponds and have a pond already, or don't have a pond. At least that'll help with wanting to install a pond, small pond, I recommend 1.5 to 2 feet, no more than that. Mine says 4.5 feet. That was my mistake. Already done. I don't feel like digging out this pond and making it wider to make it, to make it less deep. I mean, that was my bad. I listened to the wrong people, but you live and you learn, right? You learn from your mistakes. And now I know better. But now it's already here, so now I know what to do as far as keeping my fish healthy and keeping them alive in the winter. Because there was a problem in the winter with having the pond too deep. Just so you know that. Don't put it so deep unless you're in a warm climate. Somewhere by Florida, somewhere else, okay, that's fine. But when you come to doing it here, northeast, where it gets real cold, no, do not do that, because in the winter, there's not enough oxygen at the bottom. Anyway, guys, this video, I hope it's helpful for those who want to improve the clarity of the pond, of their pond. Just get a tank, put a splitter where it goes to a tank, and it exits to a different tank like I have, and then let the water go through a filtration type that you made your own, exiting back into the pond, making it super duper clear, man. Look at that, guys. Look at the clarity, man. I'm amazed by the clarity. I mean, I got better and better throughout the years as far as clarity is concerned. And I think what did it was when I filled the white tank over there with the way I did that helped. This is the best I've seen in years. And I had great clarity, but this is it. This is super clear. The sun, look at it, shining right on the pond. It's like, I don't know, like I got something blocking it or shading it. Maybe a little bit to the left right now, but that's going to be, sun is almost up above me. It's going to hit the pond all day, with that algae. I mean, with the rays hitting this pond, making, when you have something hitting the pond directly, man, it's almost never clear. The water turns like a green color, slime, algae. I forgot what they call that kind of algae that builds up in the water. You don't want that. You know what I mean? It's called string algae or something like that. That's what happens when this sun hits the pond directly without no shading. And look, sun is hitting my pond, as you can see, man. Look, man, it's right above. See that? And look at the clarity, man. The rocks are green and not as green as they should be. Why? Because I got those plecos in there, man. Plecos are a great idea to have in your pond. Get 2 or 3 of them, guys. Oh man, they eat up all that algae, preventing the string algae from enhancing. Okay, you want to keep all those things down. So filtration, plecos, clear water. All right. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Check the video down. I hope this was helpful for those who want to improve the clarity of your pond. It'll be just help. Thanks for watching. Later.